before you click away, please drag that red dot across the video so that it counts as a view, because apparently YouTube changed the way that views work. Allegedly, according to this video that we're about to watch soon, made it so that views are counted differently. At first, anytime a video gets clicked, that counted as a view, regardless of whether or not you watched it all the way, which could result in an average view duration being around 2.5 minutes or so, at least in my case. Meaning people would only watch for a little bit, only to click away either because they weren't interested or something else. But now it seems you only get views through quote-unquote engagement, where it only applies when you watch all the way through, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. For some background, I was at work when I was looking for a video to listen to when I came across this video here by Smash JT Live about YouTube changing views and that it's now killing channels. And this got me thinking about my own channel. Recently, I had uploaded a reaction to political commentator Decoy Voice. Here, I'll show this one right here. And as you can see, the video got like a lot of views. It's got 910 so far. So the thing is, I was so happy when this video got a lot of attention. And I felt that it was only right that I reacted to another Decoy Voice video. This one right here. It didn't do as well in terms of views, but it still did pretty well overall. And since the algorithm, at least from what I knew, was more likely to promote your channel when the type of content that you make is more consistent, I decided to make this third video reacting to Decoy Voice. But, as you can see right here, it's only at like 22 views, which made me wonder why that was. Like, literally, the day after I had uploaded this video is when this video was dropped. And it appeared in my recommendations. Now, at first I didn't really think that much of it, but I did feel like that it was at least worth considering. Like, maybe it says that clickbait is dead, so I thought maybe the way that I had the way that I had originally titled this video was that it was originally titled "A Weed Farm That Was Raided for Child Labor." And the thumbnail originally said child labor with an exclamation mark and a question mark, right? I figured since the algorithm doesn't promote, like, heavy themes like this very often, I decided to change them to what they are now so that it's a lot more subtle. And I did get, like, a slight boost in views, but it was only, like, 1 or 2. So I didn't know what I was doing wrong. And another thing that happened was some shorts that I had been making. You could see them like right here, and so I had made like these shorts here where I was making fun of like furry stereotypes, if you can't tell by the avatar that I'm using. And these first 2 shorts have over 1,000 views, and then I made this third one here that only barely has 300. And now this most recent one that I made only has 8. And so I was thinking to myself, what was I doing wrong? And as you saw, my most recent one was a Pokemon-related short. Let me bring it back up. This one right here. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see Typhlosion on it. Like, the original thumbnail that I had chosen for this short actually had a little moment where I showed off video thumbnail by VTuber Bow the Whale, but I didn't know if it would get enough attention, so I changed it to this, it's hard to see, this image of Typhlosion, modified to imitate Dr. Disrespect, who got into some hot water, and this is in reference to the Pokemon leaks, if you know, you know. But I changed it, and it didn't do anything. So I had no idea what was going on or why this was happening until I listened to Smash JT's video while I was at work. And when they were explaining what was going on, that's when I realized that it might not have been me all along, but YouTube themselves. For some reason, YouTube decided to drop this little change about requiring engagement to views without anyone noticing, all except for Gothic Therapy right here, who most certainly noticed, where they collected data from like 5 YouTubers across 100 videos and noticed a decline in views all around the same day. I don't remember the specifics since I was listening to Smash JT's reaction, but that's why we're here today. We're gonna react to this vid ourselves in order to get to the bottom of what's going on, as this has certainly affected me at the moment. The fact that all of a sudden the views I had gotten on my first 2 decoy voice reactions were not reflected on my third one is just absurd, for lack of a better term. And apologies for the washing machine in the background. But the fact that I'm not the only one that's being affected is obviously a thing. It's, you know. And I also recently made this, sorry to keep doing this, this shoe on head reaction that so far only has like 14 views, even though my previous shoe on head reaction right here has almost 400. Granted, this was back when I first started, so obviously it's not going to be a reflection of now, but I'm just saying. So I'm like, what the hell, YouTube? I mean, most of my content is React content, although I've made a few miscellaneous things as well. And it takes me like 3 to 4 hours to edit these videos with like zoom ins and zoom outs, images and music, because that's how I wanted them to be. But YouTube decided, no, we're not going to promote this because nobody's watching them all the way and leaving likes and comments and subs. And I'm like, seriously? Another thing is, I've been wanting to make this channel for months now, but I wasn't able to because I wanted to make sure that I had this PNG tuber avatar that I'm using right now to be done first, which took a while. That's no shade to the person that made it. It definitely gets the job done, and I really like it. I like the design, but the thing is, I had just spent around $600 for a 3D VR chat VTuber type model as part of my long-term plans for this channel. I have a whole bunch of video ideas and scripts that are ready to go and ready to produce, but I wanted to make sure that the 3D model was done before I made them. But if the algorithm is not going to promote those videos due to a lack of quote-unquote engagement, then there goes the return on investment. Granted, I do intend to start streaming with the model, but I still want to make videos, right? And if I were to put all of that hard work and effort and love into making such videos and the views fall flat, then what's the point of even making the content? And all that hard work just for the algorithm to say no. And the thing is, Gothic Therapy's video title says clickbait right here. Clickbait is dead. Even though channels that are notorious for clickbait, like the so-called slop tubers, like More Pegasus and the likes, and especially like Asmongold, Nuxanor, Tectone, just to name a few, are still raking in like tens to hundreds of thousands of viewers, yet it doesn't seem that they're having any trouble with the algorithm. So I decided to make this video as a sort of public service announcement so that people are aware of what's happening, so that if YouTube doesn't fix or change anything, then at least we can spread some awareness. But before we begin, please make sure you guys go check out Gothic Therapy's original video. Watch it all the way, leave a like and a comment, and sub as much as you're able and willing to do, and then you can come back to my video and do the exact same, because Lord knows if you don't do that, then YouTube won't do shit for any of us. Since it's apparently not, it's mostly affecting like small and mid-sized YouTubers. Like all the big name YouTubers clearly aren't going to notice much of anything because they always rake in the views for one reason or another. But for small YouTubers like me and others, it's an uphill battle from here. And by the way, I won't be editing this reaction. I usually edit my reactions, but this one, I don't think it's worth it. If YouTube's not going to properly promote this video, then there's really no point in putting in the effort. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get started and see exactly what's really going on behind the scenes.
Something is wrong on YouTube. Sure, people have said that before, and they'll say it again. But lately, channels across the platform are reporting the same thing. A sudden, brutal drop in views, subs, and engagement.
Yeah, this is something that others... Yeah, a bunch of YouTubers seem to have been noticing this. I haven't seen any of the big name YouTubers notice this, but I've definitely noticed this. In terms of like sub count, there have been times where I'll be like, I remember I had like 24 and then 25 and then 26 and back down to 25, and recently I had like 38 and then 39 and then it went back down to 38. That, I'm not even going to harp too much on that. If I ever get more subscribers, and please do that, please subscribe, please. I'm sorry, but whatever the case is, if it's affecting multiple channels, then someone else has to notice. It can't just be me or JT or Gothic.
Maybe it made you wonder if you were out of touch. Maybe you thought you did something wrong and YouTube was punishing you. But dig deeper.
That's exactly my sentiment. That's exactly how I felt. I thought I was doing something wrong. That maybe my video was too clickbaity, or maybe this wasn't grabbing enough attention. But apparently that's not the case.
And you'll find the truth. It was never you. YouTube changed the rules and hoped no one would notice.
Yeah, like hell anyone wouldn't notice. Now, once again, I've listened to a reaction to this, but this is me actually paying attention to what's going on.
The era of clickbait is over. Welcome to the new YouTube.
All right, let's see.
Hello, and what is going on, everybody? It is Master of the TDS, and I'm Drum.
Here, let me... Sorry. I'll at least let them make themselves known.
My lovely wife,
Riding Raven, and welcome back to Gothic Therapy.
And if you've been feeling like YouTube just...
I like how they're... I know that I've been very flustered this whole time, but I really like how they're presenting this like it's a like a news story, right?
Just stopped working. You're not crazy. You're caught in a new system YouTube decided you didn't need to know about.
So smash that like button like it still means something, because if
No shit. Please, whoever's watching this video, if you've made it this far, please give likes wherever you can. Not just to my video, but to their video. Please make sure you watch their video, okay?
If you don't, this video will get buried like a corpse in YouTube's backyard when the neighbors aren't looking.
At first, we thought it was just a fluke. Views dropping, comments slowing, and shorts dying on impact.
But it wasn't just us. Small creators, mid-sized channels, even some of the big ones were all reporting the same thing.
The algorithm wasn't just misfiring, it felt different. And since it wasn't election season, some kind of mischief had to be afoot.
So we did what any sane caffeinated couple with questionable sleep hygiene and schedules would do.
I don't drink caffeine anymore I actually mentioned this in a previous video. I had caffeine poisoning this one time, and so I just don't want anything to do with it.
Recognize we're the problem and switch to decaf?
No, we reached out to friends. Because if we're not sleeping, why should they be allowed to?
That was not my idea, just for the record. But we asked for data, and our friends delivered.
Even at 4 a.m.
Bad kitty.
Meow.
We didn't want to jump to conclusions. YouTube's algorithm is about as reliable as a blind lawyer with anger issues.
I'm a really good lawyer.
So we pulled real data from 5 channels.
Channels of different genres, different sizes, and different upload schedules. It didn't matter. The numbers lined up like suspects in a police lineup.
Yeah, so... Granted, you could make the argument that maybe the sample size isn't big enough because we only have... There's like millions of YouTube channels out there with varying degrees of like success and viewership. So you could say that maybe the sample size isn't big enough, but we'll just have to... But if more people keep reporting this, then it'll be undeniable at that point.
Except, every suspect was guilty. top 20 videos in the past 90 days across 5 channels showed the same pattern and the same result.
There was a 96 to 100% correlation between total views and engaged views. If a viewer didn't actively engage with a video, their view no longer counted at all.
YouTube changed what a view is. It was rolled out quietly, framed as a short.
Yeah, this was originally in the context of shorts, specifically. How a change to how we count views on shorts, but apparently they secretly decided that it was going to apply to all the videos without us even knowing.
Update, but it's way bigger than shorts.
So, what is an engaged view? Well, it's the kind of view that YouTube actually counts now. Not the number you see on the public counter, but the...
Yes, this is the difference. This is how it used to be. When you click on the video, it counts as a view, and then everything else would come about naturally. And apparently, this is what's happening now. You have to watch it basically all the way, and you have to engage with it in some way. And I don't know what a ghost view is. I'm guessing it's like, I know Smash JT and whoever mentioned like bots and stuff, and people reported subscribing to a channel but then mysteriously getting unsubscribed, and so it's like, wait, I was subscribed to this channel, why did I get unsubbed? Maybe that's what happened with me, because I was at 39 and then went down to 38, and I was like, at first I thought maybe they watched one of my recent videos and decided no, but who knows, or maybe it was a bot. I don't know. You see what's going... Basically, this is what's happening.
The number they track behind the scenes.
Basically, if someone clicks your video, watches most of it, and either likes, comments, or subscribes, congrats. That's an engaged view. Anything less might as well not exist.
And here's the twist. Based on the data, anything less than an engaged view actually does not exist anymore. Just a ghost in the algorithm.
That's why our numbers show a near perfect match between engaged views and total views, because they're now the same thing.
YouTube changed the rules. You don't get credit for being seen, only interacted with. It used to be engagement boosted a video, and now no engagement, no view.
Which honestly makes me think if streaming now is the way to go. Like, if I start streaming knowing that eventually people will, like, watch and you'll actually be able to, like, interact with chat. But we'll have to wait and see. Once I get my 3D model, I will start streaming, and who knows, I might have to force myself to make a Twitter account for the sole sake of promoting such things. But depending on how things go, I might... That's not to say that I'm gonna stop making videos. I'm gonna keep making videos, even if they don't get as many views, because it's something that I've been wanting to do. But streaming, I'll still keep that into consideration.
End of story. Back in 2024, YouTube said they wanted to kill clickbait.
Yep. I mean, I understand why sometimes clickbait can be very annoying. You'll see, oh, this person did X, and now they're Y-ing the Z. And it's like, okay, like, friggin' the slop tubers are a good example, though. I have all these thumbnails that say, it's done, he's over, life ruined, they're never gonna recover from this, or something like that. And I think it was, and then Smash JT within their reaction mentioned them wanting to crack down on AI videos in particular, because there's a lot of AI slop that exists on YouTube. If anyone ever seen, like, the whole, like, Carrick Artman thing, the Carrick Artman AI YouTube channel, where they have the making AI slop video analyses of South Park, and even some other channels with similar conventions that are also AI driven, and that's one of the things that YouTube is trying to tackle. Now, granted, a lot of slop tubers will use like AI thumbnails as a means of clickbait, yet the fact that they're still getting all this engagement, granted, a lot of them have been on YouTube for years, and someone like me has only just started, but I'm just saying.
And well, they did. They just covered up the murder, buried the body, and hoped no one would find it.
Until we dug it up. The corpse and the data doesn't lie. We tested this across 5 different YouTube channels from 15,000 subs to over 1 million.
We analyzed the top 20 videos on each. That's a total of 100 videos, which meant a lot of data and a lot of math.
That was the
Yep.
least fun part of this entire process.
Kind of math has always been my strongest subject, but at this point, I'm just trying to be transformative.
Definitely. But the numbers were absolutely brutal. One video had over 100,000 public views and 98,900 engaged views. That's a 99% match.
Another had 8,200 total views and 8,050 engaged. That's nearly identical.
One smaller channel had 1,000.
Yeah, basically the way, from what I understand, the way that it works is that the view count should be much higher than the engagement count. This is something that I've noticed in my videos where like the average view duration will be like, as I mentioned at the beginning, like 2.5 minutes, and I'll notice that I don't really know how it actually works. I don't work at YouTube, and this is just based on my experience.
1,500 public views, and the engaged view count was 1,506, somehow higher than the total.
Clearly, they're still working out the kinks from the system, but across all 5 channels, the average correlation was over 98%. That's not just weird, that's statistically impossible if YouTube was still counting normal views the way they used to.
Which means one thing: public views and engaged views are now the same thing.
We can't confirm this 100% because YouTube hasn't said anything publicly, but
Yeah, according to the report, it's supposed to only apply to shorts, but in this case, it's applying to all the videos.
the odds of this being random, about 0.00002%, which means a 99.9998% chance that we are right.
Yeah, and that's something like that would be statistically significant. I remember in AP Stats, my senior year, we learned about statistical significance, that, like, if something called a p-value being above a certain percentage, then that means that the statistics are sound. I don't remember. It's been a long time.
The math does not lie, but YouTube clearly does.
Shit.
So, what does this mean? Simple. The old YouTube is gone. Red arrows, crazy facial expressions, and giant words aren't gonna cut it anymore.
And that's what I've been doing. I wanted to match that style because I knew that that's how I would get attention. And that's pretty much what's been working, at least in some cases. There are certain videos that the algorithm doesn't push, like some reactions to, like, educational YouTubers, like Metatron and Religion for Breakfast and Ancient Architects, to name a few. But the more commentary-oriented ones, like my reactions to Chew on Head, I made some reactions to Nuxanor, and especially my decoy voice reactions, those did very well. Especially my first decoy voice video, but my most recent one didn't do shit. Only like 22 views, and I'm like, why is it that the first 2 videos I made did very well, but this third one, for some reason, just falls flat on its face?
Or
If your viewers don't engage, they don't count. And if they don't count, YouTube decides your content is not worth promoting.
And just to hammer it in, YouTube recently updated their monetization rules to punish videos that don't drive engagement.
Policy on repetitive and mass-produced content from July 15th. No pay for repetitive content. This was something that I mentioned at the beginning, that YouTube prefers that your content is consistent, that you make the same type of content. At least that's how I thought it worked. Like, if you found a particular niche, then YouTube would promote you within that niche so that people within that niche would flock to your videos and you would be part of that community. But now it seems YouTube doesn't want anything to do with making the same type of content. I've been making reaction content this whole time, and you need like 1,000 subscribers or so to get monetized, among other things, which I only have 38 as of the making of this video. But the fact that that's a thing now, it's no wonder my recent videos aren't. It not only makes sense that my shorts my last 2 shorts hadn't been doing well. It makes sense that my third decoy voice reaction hasn't been doing well. The fact that this is what they want to enforce. This is, I don't know what to say. I don't have any. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Okay?
So if your viewers don't click, comment, or care, you don't just lose reach, you lose revenue too.
And maybe even worse, you lose visibility without even knowing it. Because if YouTube's only counting engaged views now, your actual view count could be double or triple what is showing.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, the decoy voice video, my recent one says it only has 22 views, but what are the odds that it actually has at least 200 clicks? That the amount of clicks it's getting is like 100 or so. But because those people aren't watching it all the way through or doing anything else meaningful, then it just stays at 22.
But if no one interacts, it's like those views never existed.
We're not here to fearmonger. We're here to warn you, because no one warned us.
So if you want to keep creators like us alive on this platform, smash that like button, leave a comment, and share this video with other creators.
You're not cursed. You're in the new tube.
And in the new tube, engagement is mandatory.
Well then, let me see what the rest of the... No. Shit. Well, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm not going to edit this video. I just want it to go out like this, since I think that it's important. Not necessarily for my sake, although yes, I am pretty upset by this change and the fact that it's affected me. I'm trying to grow this channel, but apparently YouTube doesn't want that. Apparently, yeah, that 900 views reduced down to 20. So yeah, of course, I have the right to be upset about this stuff, but that doesn't mean that they're not gonna stop me from making videos. I'm gonna keep making videos. But you know what? Unless they either do something about it, or at the very least acknowledge it, then I think my future reactions aren't going to have as many edits. As much as that honestly pains me, because I enjoy like doing the little minor effects, the zoom in, zoom outs, and the reference images that I use whenever I like reference a cartoon or something like that. I'll always put a little image, and I also put background music. But if YouTube just lets this slide and it continues like this, then I might have to keep the editing to a minimum, just so I don't have to put too much effort. If that's what YouTube wants, then fine, that's what they're gonna get. But either way, please go to their video, watch their video all the way, and like, sub, and all that. In fact, allow me to put this like. Unfortunately, this is the channel that I'm using to watch this is my private channel that I use to watch videos with, but so yeah, I'm gonna leave this like here just for their support. It's currently at like 7,500 views, and literally the day, like, this was uploaded the day after I uploaded my third decoy voice video, and that video is just not doing well for whatever reason because of all of this bullshit. So yeah, there we go. Now the first time you see me crash out, basically. It's not the ultimate crash out I could have, but it's something. But anyway, yeah, leave a like, subscribe, not only to them, but to me as well, and hopefully I will see anyone who decided to watch this all the way next time. So please watch these videos all the way. Even just drag this all the way to the end. I don't know if that counts, but I'm not going to take any chances. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.